Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another HAULiday update. Well, for our first installment, we did drama, action, and thrillers. And then, what else did we do? We did some Doctor Who stuff on Tuesday, stacks of comic books on Wednesday, did some mystery on Thursday, and horror on Friday. It's just, the updates just show no sign of slowing down, man. So today, I thought we would do comedy, because hey, who doesn't love a good larf, right? Yeah, so picked up some movies on Blu-ray and some TV shows on DVD. So let's check them out today on the Multimedia Chronicles HAULiday Update. Welcome back. Alrighty, so comedy. Ha 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 ha. So first up, I picked up one of my all-time favorite comedy movies, actually. I had this on DVD for many years, and as I was going through the collection recently, much to my shock and dismay, discovered that I no longer owned that DVD. So I was like, whoa, crap, I better get the Blu-ray then. And I'm, of course, talking about Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Now, this is kind of nice because this is a special limited edition 30th anniversary slipcover, and then inside it actually has the regular cover. There you go. This is basically the Those Aren't Pillows edition, just without that title. Yeah, no difference in terms of the extras. It's solely the packaging. So this is the same as the Those Aren't Pillows edition that came out a while back. So we've got Getting There Is Half the Fun, the story of planes, trains, and automobiles, John Hughes, Life Moves Pretty Fast, featuring John Hughes, the voice of a generation, and Heartbreak and Triumph, the legacy of John Hughes for adults, a tribute to John Candy, and a deleted scene, Airplane Food. So very cool stuff. I love this movie so much. I think it's one of John Hughes' all-time greats. It was great seeing John Candy and Steve Martin together. Steve Martin playing the straight man character, which is something you don't see very often. And John Candy really being the butt of all the jokes and the humor, and just a great pairing there that sadly we'll never see again. But yeah, just a wonderful movie, very funny, and with a lot of heart to it as well. And it's a holiday film centered around Thanksgiving, which there aren't very many of out there. It's usually Christmas mostly, or Halloween or something, but no, this is a Thanksgiving one. So if you're looking for something to watch around Thanksgiving, here's your movie. And a couple centered around Christmas. Now, the first one of this has been a traditional Christmas movie that I watch every year, basically for the past decade or so. I was really thrilled to find out they made a sequel. I heard it's not as good as the first one, but when are they usually? You know, it's not often that a sequel is as good as or better than the first one. But this one apparently is not as good as the first one, but still has some laughs. I love the first one so much, I just had to pick this up. Got Bad Santa 2, yes. And Kathy Bates joins the cast this time around, so very cool stuff. So this has a few special features. You got Thurman Then and Now. Thurman, the kid who played Thurman, has really grown. He's huge now. He's a freaking giant. But it's cool to see him back, and Billy Bob Thornton and everybody, and what's his face, Tony Cox, who's always hilarious. I always remember him as the limo driver in Me, Myself, and Irene. But anyway, really good stuff. I can't wait to check this out. I still haven't got around to watching. I meant to watch it this past Christmas season. I just didn't. But so we got Thurman Then and Now, Just Your Average Red Band Featurette, Jingle Balls, That's My Willie original animated series. Oh, that's interesting. That'd be interesting to check out. Gag reel, alternate opening and ending, deleted scenes, and more. This includes both the unrated and theatrical versions. If you're wondering which version of the first one I tend to watch, I usually watch the Badder Santa cut, which is the most extended cut. The director's cut, I've actually never seen. Apparently, it plays out a little bit differently in that version. Some of the more sort of, I guess, mean-spirited stuff isn't in that one as much. But and it runs a little shorter, actually. I think it runs shorter than the theatrical cut, actually. But or maybe it's in between the two. Anyway, the Blu-ray has all three cuts on it, and one of these days I will check out the director's cut. Next up, this is one that I've been wanting to get on Blu-ray for ages. I'm not a big fan of the romantic comedy genre, but I consider this one to be a huge exception, and also not strictly a romantic comedy, despite what the tagline says. We have Love Actually, the ultimate romantic comedy. Now, the reason I say I don't consider this strictly a romantic comedy is because the wonderful thing about Love Actually is it is an exploration and celebration of all different types of love, all different kinds of relationships. You have the first love of, you know, a young boy getting his first crush and whatnot, and you have a marriage that's falling apart, and the husband may or may not be cheating on the wife. You have a young couple who are trying to find the nerve to ask each other out, and it's just all these different relationships that are explored and just sort of very loosely connected together. But just a great movie. And was it written and directed by Richard Curtis, who was a longtime collaborator with Rowan Atkinson, who, by the way, has an absolutely hilarious cameo in this. Just a really terrific scene. And anyway, beautiful, wonderful movie. I cannot possibly recommend it highly enough. Now, this one, I mentioned in the comic book update when I picked up Spider-Man Homecoming on Blu-ray. I kept seeing it everywhere without a slipcover, so I just thought maybe they weren't doing slipcovers for them anymore, until I found it with the slipcover and got it. It was the same thing with this release. Everywhere I saw it, since it was released, it had no slipcover, so I just assumed, oh, maybe they're just not doing a slipcover. And then I was in Walmart, and not only did they have it on sale for $10 as part of their Boxing Day sale, but they had one copy with the slipcover. I'm, of course, talking about Season 15 of Family Guy. So there you go. If you were wondering, like me, yes, there is a slipcover. And as usual, it has completely different artwork from the main cover. So definitely worth tracking down. Now, I'm still missing a couple of volumes of Family Guy. Oh, by the way, extras for Love Actually. We have over 30 minutes of deleted scenes. This is a long movie for a comedy, too. It's 135 minutes, so 2 hours and 15 minutes. The music of Love Actually. The Storytellers. Kelly Clarkson, The Trouble with Love Is, music video. Billy Mack, Christmas is All Around, music video. Feature commentary with director Richard Curtis and actors Hugh Grant, Bill Nighy, and Thomas Sangster. So great stuff. See, I'm still missing a couple volumes of Family Guy, specifically the last, I think it was volume 13, which is the last one before they went to just numbering them as seasons. And then also volume 10. And I was trying to track them down with the slipcover. I found an eBay seller that I've often dealt with in the past, called Blow It Outta Here, and they listed both of them affordably priced, and the picture they used was the picture of the slipcover artwork. So I ordered both of them. They're on their way. We'll see if I get the slipcovers or not. I'll let you know. But yeah, the Family Guy sets are always loaded with extras, and this one apparently isn't. I should have looked at the back before I said that. It says special features, deleted scenes, Family Guy remembers Carrie Fisher, and Adam West tribute. Wow. They just don't care anymore, do they? It's like they used to do commentaries for every single episode. Apparently they're not doing that anymore. That's unfortunate. Next up, this is a big deal because a while back, you may recall, I did a rant video about how this particular series had been announced that they would no longer be producing DVDs, and if you wanted to see the latest episodes or past episodes, you could go to the US-only streaming site that carried it. Fans were outraged, especially since this was a pretty significant ongoing DVD release, a significant collection that a lot of people have been collecting for, over a decade, and suddenly they weren't going to do them anymore. Like, come on. But apparently the voices of the people were heard, and they have resumed production. I hold in my hand, ladies and gentlemen, season 18 of The Simpsons on DVD. Yes, at long last, they're doing them again. And they're not stopping here. They've already got season 19 on the way, and a deluxe edition of season 20. Now, the thing is, you may recall seasons 13 through 17 were released on both DVD and Blu-ray. The Blu-rays are just up-converts. The series didn't actually go high def until partway through season 20. So season 20 is also available on DVD and Blu-ray. The season 20 release was bare bones. But these new releases are DVD only. I would assume that once they hit season 20, we'll start to see Blu-rays as well, hopefully. Yeah, but anyway, it's great to see The Simpsons finally getting the home video treatment again. And this is one of the reasons why we love the DVD so much, loaded with extras. Here we have 4-disc set, contains the complete 18th season with all 22 episodes. Welcome back, loyal fans. So even a message on there to us for hanging in there. And yeah, audio commentary on every episode with writers, actors, and directors. Deleted scenes with commentary. A bonus episode. I don't even know what that is. That'd be interesting to check out. Multi-angle animations showcase, special language feature, and a conversation with Fat Tony. So there you go. Very, very cool. It is great to finally have The Simpsons back, getting the DVD treatment. We can finally start collecting them again. And they're not half-assing it at all. I mean, this is every bit as deluxe as all the previous releases have been. And I think it's great that they did that. And it goes to prove that sometimes the big studios do listen. And they do hear you. You just got to shout loud enough. But, yeah, good stuff. I'm making a little bit of room here because the last one on the list here is something huge. This is a TV series that my good friends Stoudman and Skinslip have been recommending to me for years. There are countless animated GIFs and memes made from this show, and it is just, it made a lot of stars as well. Chris Pratt probably being the biggest one to directly graduate from this show into the status of superstardom. What else could I be talking about but the complete series of Parks and Recreation? Yes. So the reason I picked this up, this set normally goes for, about $150 for the complete series set. Not an unusual price for a series of this length. It's 7 seasons. It was on sale on, Black Friday for $35. I was like, $35 for the complete series of Parks and Rec? Yeah, I think my time has come. It's about time I checked this show out. I have been powering through this show like crazy. I'm right now in the middle of season 3 already, and I've only had it since November. That's fast for me, given how little spare time I have. But I have just fallen completely in love with this show. Like, I can absolutely see why it has such a huge fan base and why it came so highly recommended to me for so long. Absolutely hilarious. Ron Swanson is, to me, like one of the most wonderful cynics to ever appear on television. He's just such a great character. But just generally a great ensemble cast in this, and incredibly funny, incredibly well written, bitingly satirical, and just a great, great show. So if you've never seen it, do yourself a favor, check it out. Even though humor is quite subjective, I'm 99% sure you won't be disappointed, unless you're that 1% that just doesn't find things funny. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. So thank you very much for watching. Big thanks to my Patreon sponsors, and as I keep saying, please join us on the Discord chat. It's a lot of fun. We chat all the time. If you want to touch base with me and some of the other guys from some of the other geeky crew, please do. We welcome the interaction and look forward to keeping in touch with y'all. Yeah, so we'll see you next time. Until then, sayonara.